Did Kevin Hunter actually expect his life to be all rainbows and unicorns after his divorce? Well, you've never been so wrong, Kev. Feels like nothing goes right in Hunter's life since Wendy Williams left him and he moved with his longtime mistress, Sharina Hudson. And now, Williams doesn't lose a chance to express her views on how Sharina dragged Kevin into this mess. And boy, this is big! Hi everyone, and welcome back to CELEB Live channel. We keep our eyes on the most discussed events in show business and always bring the hottest updates on the most dramatic scandals. Divorce is never easy for any side, but it seems that Kevin Hunter starts to lose not only his ex-wife's money, but his mind as well. And Wendy Williams blames his mistress Sharina for this downfall. Stick with us until the end of this video to learn more. If you think Hunter has finally found his happiness after the divorce, we have some news for you. He has never felt that miserable in his life. In the past couple of months, he has been embarrassing himself with ridiculous statements and appeals to the court. Kevin has repeatedly admitted that since his allowance was cut off, he has no means for paying for his posh life and supporting his new family. However, if you have to look hard to find someone who feels sorry for Kevin. In fact, fans are on Wendy's side, especially now, when she starts to reveal that the true reason behind Kevin's disgrace is none the less but his mistress, Sharina Hudson. According to sources, the TV star knew about her husband's love affair long before it became public. The rumors began circulating in 2007, and despite all of Williams' attempts to get rid of the mistress, she didn't succeed. Apparently, Sharina knew that being with Kevin would be beneficial for her and refused to let her gold mine go. Well, if we start pointing fingers, then maybe we should include Kevin as well because, it actually takes two to keep the affair going on. And apparently, Kevin didn't mind living his double life. As Wendy claimed, she also knew that Hunter was spending her earnings to shower his mistress with luxury gifts, but never expected that Sharina's appetite would only grow with time. Apart from posh cars and designer bags, Hudson forced Kevin to buy her a house. And it's not some sort of small dwelling where these two could sneak away to spend time together. She demanded a huge mansion, which cost about $1 million, and, to much shame, located not far away from Wendy and Kevin's house. And you know what is the worst part of this drama? Sharina was very well aware that Kevin used his wife's money for paying for all these gifts. So not only she was okay with sleeping with a married man who she knew was 100 married because you cannot possibly be with a person like Kevin and don't know who his wife is, but she also had the nerve to shamelessly use the money that Wendy earned by hard work on TV. Well, if you think your life is messy, what's your opinion about this woman's audacity? The most shocking part of the story is realizing that Wendy actually knew about all this. Her husband having a mistress for 15 years and buying her expensive gifts and property for the money she worked hard for. Williams let Kevin do all these nasty things right under her nose with one term. A couple of lovebirds could be together as long as they want if they didn't embarrass her or ruined her reputation. And by that, she meant having an illegitimate child. But we all know what followed, right? Although Wendy was surprisingly silent and didn't comment on any rumors about her husband's infidelity, fans were worried for their idol and dragged the couple through the mud on social media. Comments like this were constantly appearing. Good night to everyone except Sharina Hudson. You raggedy bite, you. We wish you nothing but the worst. And double F's Kevin Hunter's evil butt too. Neither one of y'all will ever see heaven's gates. For many years, Kevin and Sharina stuck to their part of the deal. Despite speculations in tabloids, Wendy also kept pretending that her marriage is happy and cloudless. It all seemed to work out for Sharina and Hunter very well, since only Wendy was working to support all three of them. However, the fragile balance Sharina thought she had established broke in 2019, when she got pregnant. Thus, having broken the only rule that she had to respect, Hudson was scared of the consequences. But mainly, she wasn't worried about Wendy's wrath or revenge. Knowing that Kevin was taking money mainly from his wife to sustain their lavish lifestyle, she realized that the easy money could stop floating into her pockets anytime soon. So Sharina planned a new scheme. She persuaded Hunter to file for divorce and move in with her. Probably, she hoped that they would find another way to empty Wendy's bank account, but at least Kevin didn't have to come back to her. It was well plotted with one tiny exception. Wendy was infuriated by the information about an illegitimate child and filed for divorce first. In addition, she fired Kevin from her TV show where he worked as a producer for many years. So, overnight, Kevin lost his wife and a job, only because Sharina insisted that he left his wife. Well, if you're assuming that Kevin decided to show the world what a man and provider he was, you know nothing about him. Instead of looking for a job, he and Sharina chose to go after Wendy's money. After all, it has been supporting them for 15 years, and losing such income wasn't their intention. And they thought it was a quick victory because, to much surprise of the public, the TV star agreed to pay him alimony. But little did they know that Wendy had her own plan in mind, and soon the happy couple wouldn't look so happy. Wendy's plan was simple but genius. She asked her lawyers to add a special term into the settlement agreement, which said she no longer had to pay them alimony if she was no longer working on the Wendy Williams show. We don't know how well Kevin read the papers before signing them if he did it at all. Obviously, he rushed to sign anything that allowed him to keep getting money from his ex-wife without any effort. And here's when Hunter and Sharina were hit hard. As you know, For personal reasons and health issues, Wendy wasn't participating in her own show for the whole season, and in February 2022, the network officially canceled it without a possibility of renewal. We honestly wish we could see Sharina and Kevin's faces the moment they found out the alimony payment stopped. You see, the thing is that they didn't even attempt to find a job since Kevin signed the papers. Wendy's money was enough to sponsor all their desires and cover bills. But now, with no savings, no income, and no potential renewal of the alimony payments, they went broke. And let us remind you that they had a small kid to provide for. But wait, you don't really expect that Sharina was ready to find herself a regular job at that moment, like all normal people. Not at all. Instead, she began pressing and pushing Kevin into finding a way to provide the same level of lifestyle as they had before. The sources say that she even threatened to leave him if he didn't act up. Hunter didn't prove himself as a tough man because instead of looking for a job, he chose to beg for Wendy's help through the media. The tabloids exploded with his statements, which sounded like the whining of a small child, not a talk of a grown-up man. He said, "I have fallen behind on my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow." But this is not the worst yet. Apparently, even with the generous payments from Wendy, Kevin, and Sharina spend all their money entirely and hope for the never-ending flow of Wendy's riches. Now, they don't even have a penny to pay basic bills. As Kevin confessed, he's already in debt. "My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended." But hey, who here feels sorry for him? You made your bed, man, now lie in it. All his recent statements really show what a pathetic man he is and how he's unable to provide for himself without Wendy. He said, "My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely urgent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living." Wendy is obviously happy that her trick worked out. She has always been aware that the money issue was Kevin and Sharina's weakness. We can easily imagine her laughing at their situation, considering that sources are stating that a couple of lovers keep arguing and fighting nonstop. Well, they should have known that karma always finds ways to give people what they truly deserve. And now, Sharina turned from a loving woman into a vulture, threatening Kevin and making him humiliate himself in the public. However, what might have come as a shock to Hunter was obvious to fans. They always knew that Sharina was only interested in Wendy's money, and Kevin was just a dispensable tool. One fan tweeted, "Kevin Hunter been having this illicit affair for 10 years. His wife, that is mistress, has been begging him to leave, just filed for divorce. Sharina can have him 100'd soon enough, and watch her not want him anymore when it's all said and done. They never want you when it's all said and done. Free." And another person added, "And they couldn't possibly have thought they would end up well when this is a karma thing. Wendy got hers, and now they're getting theirs." We don't mean to gloat, but that man deserved every bit of suffering he's going through right now. And finally, Wendy found peace of mind by cutting him off completely. The only question remains, how long will Sharina stay by his side if he doesn't find a way to bathe her in riches? And what is he going to do if his mistress leaves him as well? Drop your opinions in the comments and subscribe to this channel to get more details about the lives of your favorite celebrities.